Hello again to all my students at Three Rivers, hope everyone's well. Today we'll be looking at a topic we should have been doing if we're in school, and that is the triple jump. I'll talk to you about the three phases of the triple jump, okay, how we practice each of those, and then how we put it into the routine. And I'll then set you a task that I'd like you to complete for you to then go and upload onto one of our Microsoft forms. Just to practice each phase by doing that phase on its own in between the two objects, seeing how many times it takes you to do that phase, okay, in between the two objects. So, to start, I would simply choose which leg I want to start off from. And that again is generally the leg you feel is stronger. For me, it's my left, so I'm going to hop between my two objects on my preferred leg. That's taking me 3 hops to get from one end to the other. I will try and take that down to 2. Okay, and notice when I'm doing my hops, I'm bending at my knees slightly and I'm using my arms, okay, to propel me and to give me a bit more momentum. Okay, so I'm not simply just hopping like that. I'm getting nice and low and using my arms to give me a bit more momentum. So the next part of our triple jump is the step phase, or some people might call it skip. Okay, I don't mind which one you choose, step or skip. So, same again, I've got my two objects. I'm going to practice my step phase, okay, in between those two objects, trying to get as much distance on each step as I can, seeing how many times it takes me to make that step in between my two objects. Okay, so I've almost got 2. I just need a little bit more power on my step. Okay, again, make sure, okay, because the step comes after the hops, we would have landed on our more powerful leg. So notice how I started on my left leg and I was stepping forward with my right. Okay, so make sure you're using the same foot. Okay, so if you hopped with your right, okay, then you'd step forward with your left. But if you've hopped with your left, you'd step forward with your right. Okay, so again, see how many steps it takes you to get from your first object to your second. And so obviously finally we have our jump phase. So for me, I would have hopped on my left, stepped on my right, therefore the final phase is going to be jumping from my right leg down onto 2 feet. Again, on 2 objects, seeing how many times it takes me to jump from one end to the other. Starting on my right leg, land on 2 feet. Again, it's taking me 3 jumps to get from one end to the other. So again, I'll keep doing that and try and get that down to 2. In order for me to get more power, again, I really want to see people swinging their arms from front to back, okay? And also making sure we get a slight bend in our knee to really push off and increase the power on our jump. So finally, I want to see you put all 3 phases together to make our triple jump. Starting off from a standing start, okay, and just practicing getting used to doing the hop, skip and jump all in one go. So it should look something like this. So I'm starting off from my left, hop, step, jump. Okay. And I want you to practice that, practice putting those 3 steps together, okay, until it feels right, until you feel like you've got it right. Remember, using our arms, okay, for momentum and getting nice and low on each phase to get as much power as we can from our legs, to therefore increase our distance. So then, once you've got the hang of it, your task is simply, from a standing start, seeing how far you can jump using those 3 phases. So if you've got a tape measure, something like that, that's excellent, okay, for you to measure it. Or even if you've got a little ruler, maybe see how many times you have to keep putting it along to measure your distance, but just doing whatever you can to measure how far you can jump and then putting that into the Microsoft form. Thanks, good luck and have fun. Or you just haven't got that space to do it, then come inside and give it a go. I'm doing it down my hallway, and it would again just be same as we did outside, just simply practicing your hops, practicing your steps, and practicing your jumps in turn, and then putting those all together into the routine. Obviously you'll be doing it from a standing start because there's less space inside, and it'll just be exactly the same, seeing how far you can do your jump. So starting on one leg, hop, step and jump.